Hello, my name is Jonna and I have a quick video today. It was requested on snacks that are low fat and high protein, and I have actually decided to throw in a few tips as well about some common misconceptions of foods that you may have heard are a great source of protein, but they have a shit ton of fat. So to get right into it, the first snack that I recommend is fresh fruit. Now, if you are going to be having fresh fruits, then I do suggest that you go organic. The reason being, nowadays they take pesticides and spray them on the fruits. They inject your oranges with dyes to make them look more orange. They wax the apples so that you're having a shinier product, and that's to entice you to buy them. And those are all things that your body is eating that it doesn't need. So if you are going to choose fruit, then do try to make sure to go the organic option. Another side note on that, you can kind of get away with eating ones where you peel the skin. But if you directly consume that, so think about your strawberries, your apples, your blueberries, raspberries, that kind of thing, where you're actually eating the skin, there's nothing to protect what you are eating, the flesh of the fruit. So you're eating the pesticides directly because they're just layered right on top. So that's number one. Number two is going to be jerky. So this is something that you can carry with you, throw in your bag. It has protein in it, a lot of salt, sodium usually to help preserve it, so do be aware of that. They have vegan options now. There are vegan jerkies as well, so that's an option too if you were looking to go the vegan route. For option number three, just pack a mini meal. You want your snacks and all meals to be well-rounded with a carb and a protein and a fat. So if you have, let's say, like a larger size portion for a meal, just pack like half of that and consider that your snack. So that's another option. Aside from that, you can make bowls. So a lot of people do like the rice bowls or the quinoa bowls where you put your veggies in there, where you have your rice or, like I mentioned, quinoa or whatever grain you want to use for your carb. And then you can add in your lean protein and like a little bit of fat, olive oil, some avocado, whatever it may be. Then I also like hard-boiled eggs as an option. Again, here on this, if you're going to go that route, I do suggest going for the pasture-raised option. So there's a difference between like free range. That means that the chickens are still in an enclosure, like they don't get sunlight. And the sunlight is where they get a lot of their nutrients from. So if you are going to partake of eggs, then try to make sure that they are from chickens that are actually free to roam and absorb that sunlight and live a happy life. And aside from that, lastly, the last snack that I suggest is like a sandwich. Just make sure that you've got, again, like all of the good stuff in it, so that you've got a high quality bread for your carb, that you are using a lean protein as, or lean meat as your protein, or lean vegan option, and then some sort of a veggie. For your fat on that, you can put a little olive oil on it. You can add some avocado to that. People do like the balsamic oil and vinegar, so something like that would be an option there. And you know, even if you do just have the sandwich with the lean protein and like a veggie, like some mixed greens or something, then chances are whatever you consume throughout the rest of the day will still equate to enough fat for you. On to the misconceptions, a lot of things that you may have heard are awesome as snacks are things like trail mix, which, true, it is a good, quick, easy snack that you can have. It keeps you very satisfied because there is a lot of fat in it, but that is also one of the main problems, is that there's a lot of fat in it, and it's tasty, so it's easy to just keep munching and munching and munching, and before you know it, you've consumed 700 calories of nuts. So just be mindful on that if you do use trail mix as an option. Aside from that, and playing into it as well, a lot of times that trail mix comes with dried fruit, or maybe you like dried fruit because, you know, it's easy, you can store it, you don't have to worry about it going bad, but dried fruit has a ton of sugar in it. So just be mindful of that. The sugar content of a piece of dried fruit is going to be a lot more than the equivalent of fresh fruit. So just keep that in mind. Peanut butter is one that I know people are always like, oh, there's so much protein. No, there's a lot of fat. Yes, there is protein in it, but the primary macronutrient composition is fat. Like there's just a shit ton of fat in peanut butter. So be careful and make sure that you measure that out, because a serving of peanut butter is not much. So make sure that you're measuring that out appropriately, or you will be eating peanut butter sandwiches and wondering why your pants don't fit. And lastly, misconception, 0-calorie foods. You want calories because those are the things that your body uses to function. So that would be like zero gas for your car. Like it doesn't make sense. So you want to make sure that you are actually consuming foods that are real foods and not some sort of genetically processed in the lab, like we made this low calorie, fat free, zero carbs, tastes like a rainbow, whatever kind of stuff. So those are the suggestions that I have for your snacks, and also those are some of the tips and comments I have on common misconceptions. If you have any questions, then please do comment them below and let me know what snacks you like. Aside from that, just heads up, I am not a nutritionist. I am not a dietitian or anything like that. These are just my suggestions and things that I have found work for me, and things that I have learned in my journey along the way about foods that I wish that someone would have been like, yo, like you can't just scarf peanut butter. That would have been helpful. So I hope this helped you out. If you liked it, then thumbs up. If not, then just don't give it a thumbs down. And I will see you next time. Bye.